everyone, Frankie here with Texas Tigers Designs. Um, I told y'all yesterday that I would be coming to the Weatherford Cemetery, one of them, the old one, and showing you the witch's grave. Well, this is the witch's grave. I don't remember the history of why it's called the witch's grave, but I can tell you that I do know it belongs to an elderly woman and her husband. When he passed away, I believe they lived here in Weatherford for a long time. When he passed away, that used to have a wooden door on it, and she would come and go inside and sit with him. I believe that they said she was a witch and she would do rituals in there, but don't quote me on that. um, I have been to this cemetery many times, and I have seen shadows and apparitions. I would see someone walking out of my peripheral vision, and I turned to look and see who was in the cemetery, and there'd be nobody there. I came out one time when I was showing my late husband um, the cemetery. We were about right there, and some leaves. There was no wind at all. It's windy today. You can see that it's windy today. There was no wind out here. It was in summer, and some leaves kicked up. Well, it was the end of summer. Some leaves kicked up, spun around in like a little small tornado, and they started right over there by those trees, and then they went over about 5 lines of graves and went down into another grave. Just stopped right at another grave. So something came right past us. It started behind us and then crossed behind us over into the other grave and went down. I've been here at night and have heard like whisper voices here, and I have heard I actually heard a growling once. I was kind of thinking that it might be an animal around here, because I really didn't want to think about it being something really bad. But I will show you some of the rest of the cemetery. It is 37 degrees out here right now, which is the reason I'm not out walking it. So I will just show you the cemetery this way. I hope this is okay with y'all. Keep your eyes out. I'll kind of go slow because I do know that this one is haunted, that there's a lot of spirit activity here. You can see I'm fixing to go out the gate of the old one. There's the newer part of the cemetery. There. They do have these gates where they lock, so you can't get in. It's closed at certain times, like overnight and stuff, because, like, I'll show you that one right there. You can see they've had to repair it. About 10 years ago, they had somebody come in here and destroy a lot of these gravestones. swing around over here and go in this other gate. Trying to get close enough. Let me see if I can. Okay, the city Greenwood Cemetery, established 18. Hold on, let me look and see what it says. Oh, these are the rules and regulations. It's went into effect in 2017, and let me see if it says the following are not allowed: alcohol or drugs, breakable items of any kind, food or drink, planting of anything or anyone other than the city of Weatherford employees. Just all the things that's not allowed. And basically, it's telling you to have good manners, you know, when you come in here, to not park on the grass. And it's just really sad that they had to come up with all these rules and regulations to protect the cemetery. Yeah, there are Civil War soldiers in here. Mary Martin. Some of you know who she is as Peter Pan. Her family is buried here. She's buried here. Weatherford is her hometown, where she grew up. I've always loved this statue. It's just so beautiful. I would love to have a statue. Charles Barthold, born March 1827, died August 7th, 1901. Jane, his wife, was born February 26, 1836, and died April 8th, 1927. There's a lot of Masons in here. Those are Phillips. And these were Woodmen. Let's see if I can find the other graves for you. Quick fence. Sorry about this, guys. (1874). This is Rutledge. 1874 and died 1941. Yeah, there's World War II and World War I veterans in here as well. have a feeling I'm going to have to get out and walk to get to Mary Martin's grave. Okay. I'm coming up to a landmark here. Okay, this is, if anybody has seen the movie Lonesome Dove, this landmark is the gentleman that went on the Goodnight Trail. So this is Boys Ikard. I probably tortured that name. Ikard, Ikard. Born a slave in Mississippi, Boys Ikard came to Texas as a child with the family of his owner, Dr. Milton Ikard. He remained as an employee of Dr. Ikard following his emancipation, but in 1866 he joined a cattle drive in Colorado led by Charles Goodnight and Oliver Loving. Ikard became one of Goodnight's best cowboys and a trusted friend. Following his work in the cattle drives, Ikard settled in Weatherford. He and his wife Angeline were the parents of 6 children when he died in 1922 at the age of 85. Goodnight had a granite marker erected at his grave. Sorry that I was reading it the way I was reading it. Yes, I can read, but it's a little ways away from the truck. Let me show you how far away. I was struggling a little bit to read it, to see it. Like I said, it's cold and I'm not wanting to get out of the truck right now. I know, bad excuse. Clarence Dickerson, Texas. He was a corporal in the 317 ENGRS. I forget what that is. 92nd Division, December 16th, 1932. World War I, I'm guessing. And this lady's was one that got broken. She was 60 years old. She died in 1916. As you can see, a lot of them are really old. There's the front entrance. to just show you, this is the little path through the cemetery. Okay, that is the grave of Oliver Loving from the Goodnight Trail that we just read about over there. Okay, I'm going to show you, I found the Martin. So we'll just go over like this. And this is the Mary Martin's family right here. And all of these are the Martin family. Those are all the Martins right there. Okay, I'm going to bring you back around. And as you can see right here, this is one of the ones that got broken. And they just had to leave it like that. And I love this old tree. Okay, guys, that is the cemetery. And I will take you over to one of the other cemeteries before I leave Weatherford. If you look through the trees, you can see the courthouse right there. That's downtown Weatherford. That's how close it is. So I'm going to take you over to a cemetery back when people of color were buried in a separate location. I'll take you to that cemetery. The fact that the gentleman was actually buried here in this cemetery can kind of give you an idea of how important in Texas history he was, how important Mr. Loving felt he was. He was a good friend. that he was buried in basically a white cemetery. It just didn't happen back then. You know, it is what it is. It's a sign of the times for that time period. But Mr. Ackard was, he was a only black person that was buried at that time period here in a white cemetery. All right, I am going to leave and I will upload this video. Be looking for part 2, the second from here. I hope everybody has a blessed day. If you like the video, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. I will be doing more of these, so be watching out for them. Bye, y'all.